This is a production of the Light Tube Sports Network. Welcome to Grider Stadium, Jerry Mathis Field in Tullahoma, Tennessee. This afternoon we've got high school baseball for you as the Tullahoma Wildcats host the Smyrna Bulldogs in a non-district matchup on the diamond. Tullahoma and Smyrna non-district opponents. Smyrna, Class 4A baseball team. Tullahoma, you know, they've been reclassified. The Wildcats now a Class 3A team, still in District 8 AAA, but lots of different competition for the Wildcats. Leading off for Smyrna, number 4, Anthony Pastiana. And Pastiana leads off for the Bulldogs. For Tullahoma, on the mound is Trenton Trenton Sholey, as Pastiani fouls it away for strike one.
And we have a wind advisory out for Coffee County right now, 15 to 40 mile an hour winds, wind gusting here at Grider Stadium, blowing straight out to center field.
Sholey's pitch catches the outside corner.
Nice start for Sholey. 0-2, first 2 pitches strikes.
Wildcats are 3-2 on the year. Smyrna 2-3. Is that one in the dirt to the backstop?
Tullahoma 3-2 on the season. Yet to play any district games. That'll be upcoming next week.
Sholey delivers, lined into right center field. That's going to be almost caught out in right. Falls to the ground, and Pastriani will stand up with a double. I think that's got to count as a hit, as Tullahoma's right fielder gave every effort there. That's Joe Duncan out there, certainly a good athlete in right.
Yeah, certainly. We saw these Wildcats last year. Duncan gets a good jump and read on the ball. A valiant effort out there in right field. Dives for it. It hits off his glove, but a clear double there for the leadoff hitter after Sholey had him on an 0-2 count.
Donovan Peoples, the second baseman, steps to the plate for the Bulldogs. Left-handed batter against the righty Trenton Sholey.
For the Bulldogs, you just want to advance the runner, hit the ball to the right side on the ground, or go for a hit here. Just move the runner if you're a Bulldog.
Pitch a little outside, ball one.
Well, these Wildcats score runs in bunches. They scored 22 the other day in the game, so we know what they can do at the plate.
And then held to one by Independence.
True.
Takes a while to get rolling. Sholey delivers, shot to second. Throw to first in time as the runner Pastriani advances to third base. One out in the inning now.
Yeah, Wade Collins fields that one and throws to first. So that's a 4-3 put out right there for the first out of the inning. Collins played backup quarterback for Tullahoma State Championship team.
John Stewart, the catcher. Next up.
And that's what you want to do, advance the runner there. So they have a runner on third with only one out here. Scoring threat early for the Bulldogs.
Off-speed pitch high from Sholey. 1-0 the count. Our first baseball broadcast of the year. For the Light Tube Sports Network, along with Ken Keller and Chris Barstad, I'm Scott Shastine. We're pleased to have you along, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. Fouled back up here, 1-1 the count now on Stewart.
Well, with the wind as it is, pop flies to the infield and fly balls to the outfield are going to be an adventure tonight. Communication is a key because when that ball gets up in the sky, it's going to move quite a bit with this wind.
And we saw that on that double to right center, the wind blowing straight out. Sholey's pitch. In there, strike two.
Yeah, beautiful curveball there by Sholey. Pulled the trigger on him.
Jalen Morris is the catcher. Jaron Morris. Tomlin in center field. DJ Dillahay at short. Reagan Tomlin at first. Colton Emery. Wade Collins at second. Joe Duncan in right. And there's is that a hit batter? I was not looking.
No, swinging strikeout. Swinging K.
Swinging K.
Yes.
Out number 2 in the inning for the Bulldogs. Still got a runner at third with the cleanup hitter Jordan Gardner. Second baseman steps in. You don't often see the second baseman as a cleanup hitter. A little bit unusual.
Gardner must have some pretty good pop in his bat.
Must have a little pop. Sholey delivers, and there's strike one.
Umpire Jay Potter behind the bench. He's behind the plate. He's a pitcher's umpire. He calls it all the way around, top to bottom. And if it's close, you better be swinging. Do not let the umpire control your destiny.
He gets us through the baseball game.
Yes. Excellent umpire.
2 outs here, 1 strike. Sholey's pitch, a little bit low, 1-1.
Well, let's see if Tullahoma can strand this runner and get out of this threat. Early threat by the Bulldogs after their leadoff double to start the game by Pastiani.
Sholey, a transfer a couple of years ago, Ken. I don't remember where he transferred from.
It was at Franklin County.
Franklin County.
A Rebel becomes a Wildcat.
No wonder I couldn't remember. It's such a distant land.
Yes, indeed.
1-2 the count on Gardner. Runner at third, 2 outs. Trenton Sholey delivers. Line foul down toward the Smyrna bullpen. The Bulldogs in their purple and yellow. Very much an LSU look they've had for a long time. Cats in white uniforms with the cardinal and black Tullahoma across the front.
Well, Sholey pitching ahead in the count. He's been very effective with the curveball. So let's see, on 1-2, he can throw his pitch right here. He's had all 3 hitters 1 and 2 here, the 3 previous ones.
Fouled right back up this way and seeking out a 2015 Ford Escort, I'm sure. An Escape, my bad. But it didn't quite get there. So the count remains 1-2 after the foul. See if Sholey can get us out of this first. Check swing foul ball. Remains 1-2.
Yeah, more of a swing of protection. That looked like that was going to hit him, and so he just kind of turned his hands at the last second and accidentally, I think, fouled that one off on the check swing, as you said.
And we want to thank our friends at the concession stand for fixing us up with burgers and drinks tonight. We always appreciate that. And they serve some fine food down there. There's a line center field. Gathering under it and making the catch for the Wildcats is Evan Tomlin to end the top of the first. Smyrna threatens, strands a runner at third. We move to the bottom of the first, scoreless on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $7 a month along with your digital television service, LightTube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time, receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage, and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add LightTube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium. We move to the bottom of the first. Tullahoma batting for the first time tonight against Smyrna right-hander Braden King. Braden King on the mound for the Bulldogs. Leading off for the Cats, center fielder Evan Tomlin. King delivers outside. Tomlin, at least one homer this year that I
think he's got 2. I was down the hitting complex and talking to assistant coach Harper Case. He has 2 and Melton has 2.
And he takes a shot right in the back, does Evan Tomlin, so he'll get a free pass to first base. That one got away from King a little bit.
Now up to the plate, the catcher.
So with a man on first and nobody out, Jaron Morris will step in. Morris, the catcher. Of course, we saw him a lot last year at a lot of different positions.
Yeah, we saw him definitely play third last year and catch some, so he's at the catcher position tonight. So good start, ominous start for Smyrna, and there goes Tomlin.
Tomlin, throw outside, throw down to second, not in time, goes into center field. Tomlin's going to take third on the error, and Tomlin is going to make it. So I think a throwing error maybe on the catcher.
Yeah, it'll be a stolen base and then a throwing error because he certainly had that, stole that one on the pitcher, just a humongous jump on the pitcher there. Stolen base and then throwing error advances him to third.
So that gives Morris an opportunity for the RBI. With nobody out, Tomlin at third, ball one.
Oklahoma trying to make Smyrna pay for that hit batsman to lead the game off, and Tomlin's speed pays dividends as he's now on third with no outs.
3-0 the count to Morris.
Well, certainly on a day like this, you don't want the ball up, and King's high in the strike zone right now.
DJ Dillahay on deck for the Wildcats, and Brody Melton in the hole.
Yes, 3-0 pitch. Batter was taken all the way on that one.
3-1 the count on Morris. And there's a pop-up, short left field, gathers it in. Tomlin fakes coming home, but will not. And one out in the inning.
Nice play by the left fielder there for Smyrna. That's Grant Charlton with the catch there. And he makes a good throw because with speed on third, it's kind of mid-depth out there to left field, but he hit the cutoff man on that one. Good throw in. He got rid of it quick.
So Dillahay steps to the plate. One out now. Tomlin on third for the Wildcats. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning here at Grider Stadium. And there's a hit batter once again. No. Inside ball one.
About as close as you can get. Looked like it. But no, I thought it grazed him. But Dillahay saying, no, I want to hit. I want to get a rip at this guy.
And there's a nice one right down the middle from King. Dillahay, the top academic student at Tullahoma High School.
Tremendous.
That's pretty strong.
It sure is. Get you a long way in life.
He couldn't make anything but C's till Dr. Quick came as principal, Tullahoma High School, and Dillahay's academic standing went way up.
Absolutely. That curveball stays inside, just misses. 2-1 in the count.
There's a high pop, short left field. Everybody gives chase. Left fielder settles under it. Wynn giving lots of fits, but it's caught for out number 2.
Yeah, so it's 2 fly out 7. Both teams have had opportunities, runners on third base. Tullahoma with no outs, and they now have 2. The Bulldogs had a runner on third with 1 out and couldn't get him in and stranded him at third base. Tullahoma needs a clutch hit here from Brody Melton, the cleanup hitter.
Melton steps in, runner at third, 2 outs.
Right, it was a circus out there in left field on that fly ball. Hard to judge with this extreme wind.
It's another inside pitch, almost gets Melton.
I saw Brody's dad in Manchester last week to see Pete Rose, and a lot of people besides Brody's dad was talking about the home run that young Brody hit last week here up in the middle of the trees and left. Said it was some that saw it. Actually, Jay Potter, the umpire that's behind the plate, said it's the longest home run he's ever seen hit out of Grider Stadium. That's quite a statement.
That's pretty big.
It sure is.
Because I saw Dalton Davis, you were here, hit the far end of the roof of the field house one time. That's the farthest home run I've ever seen here.
Yeah. Monster shot. Davis could hit that ball too.
Pitch from King catches the corner on Melton. 3-1 to count. I'm told that DJ Dillahay has accepted an opportunity to play baseball at Brown University, Ivy League school. There's a shot by Melton.
Bye-bye.
Bending foul. Just to the left of the foul pole. Ooh. Melton gave that ball a ride.
Yeah, Major League scout Jeff McCall was also in attendance at the Pete Rose signing, and he told me that he's on the draft radar as Brody Melton, so he's scouting him, maybe here tonight even.
And Melton is hit by a pitch, the second hit batsman here in the bottom of the first, and the Wildcats now have runners on first and third with 2 outs. as Reagan Tomlin, the first baseman,
Baseman number 30.
steps in the box for the Wildcats. Tomlin, a left-handed batter against the righty King.
Well, Tomlin with an opportunity here to put THS on the scoreboard here and get his teammate from third in. 2 outs.
Tomlin fouls one off, 0-1 the count.
Well, with 2 outs here, Brody probably not going. The risk of throw out from the catcher, but if anything hits the dirt, all bets are off. He could take off.
King delivers. Curveball. Just
There
caught
he
the
goes.
corner. There goes the runner. Now Melton caught in the rundown. First base. Tomlin scores. Will it count? It's up to Brody.
Yeah, he's out, but the run's
Brody
going
is
to count.
tagged out, and the run will count. So the Wildcats, courtesy of a couple of hit batsmen, get a run on the board. We've played one here at Grider Stadium. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Did you know that Tullahoma Utilities Authority has a solar farm right here in Tullahoma? For as little as $4 a month, you can support solar energy production and breathe a little easier, knowing you're taking positive action to reduce your carbon footprint. Call 455-4515.
We move to the second with Tullahoma leading Smyrna 1-0.
Leading off, left fielder number
Leading off for the Bulldogs is the left fielder number 11, Grant Charlton, left-handed batter, against Tullahoma's pitcher Trenton Sholey. Charlton steps in there and grounds it to first, just foul.
Good call by the umpire there. Clearly foul. The left fielder for the Bulldogs had 2 putouts on defense in the bottom of the first. Battled that second fly ball out there. Again, the wind blowing out tonight, 50 to 40 miles per hour. Wind advisory is out for Coffee County. And we'll keep an eye on that wind throughout the game. It's going to be a challenge for all these players on defense when the ball's up in the air.
It's going to be a challenge for us as we
Sure
are
is.
high atop Grider Stadium in the luxurious Lawson-Benz Jordan press box. 0-2 the count. Sholey delivers. Just missed.
Well, it's a early trend here by Sholey is he's ahead of all these hitters. When you're able to do that, you can make them hit your pitch, and often pitches outside of the strike zone.
Two and two the count on Charlton. Here in the top of the second. Nobody out. Nobody on. Sholey delivers. Look good. Must have been a little low. 3-2 the count now. On the leadoff batter, Grant Charlton for Smyrna.
Well, the Smyrna leadoff hitter for the game doubled but was stranded at third base.
Sholey's pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out.
That's strikeout number 2 for Mr. Sholey.
So Charlton goes down swinging, and center fielder T.J. Sims steps to the plate for the Bulldogs. Another left-handed batter, Ken. That's, 3 out of 6?
Yes.
A little bit unusual.
And Brody back at third. You got to think at some point one of these guys may try to drop one of these lefties down the third baseline, but no, they look like they're swinging away.
Check swing there by Sims, and strike one.
Tullahoma defense straight away in the outfield right now. No real shift in the infield, so playing him straight up.
There's a grounder to second. Collins scoops it up. Throw to first. Tomlin in time. Out number 2 here in the top of the second inning. Cats lead it 1-0. Stepping in for the Bulldogs is Parker Moffitt, the first baseman. Moffitt, the biggest of the Bulldogs we've seen so far.
Nice backhand on that grounder by the Tullahoma second baseman.
Yeah, Collins has been sharp so far.
And so has Sholey. Ahead once again. 0-1 on the count. Working that fastball and curveball effectively tonight early.
Sholey delivers. Breaking ball, strike two. That was pretty.
Sure was. A lot of breaking his curveball. So fastball, curveball, 0-2, got him right. We got him right where we want him here.
That wind blowing doesn't hurt. There's a fastball just a bit outside. 1-2 the count on Parker Moffitt, Smyrna's first baseman. Trenton Sholey with a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Sholey strikes out two of the three batters. Nothing doing for Smyrna in the top of the second. Tullahoma leads the Bulldogs 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority Light Tube Fiber Internet offers true gigabit service to our customers. We pride ourselves on speed, but the backbone of that speed is local tech support, unmatched customer service, and professional service technicians. To sign up, call 455-4515 to gain the reassurance of Light Tube reliability.
Tullahoma leads Smyrna 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Reagan Tomlin was at bat. Tullahoma made the last out in the first, so Tomlin will step to the plate.
He was up to bat.
And there's a shot to second. Bobbled, and Reagan Tomlin is going to reach on an E4, as that was what should have been an easy ground ball to the Smyrna second baseman Gardner.
Yep.
Couldn't handle it.
Tullahoma gets their leadoff hitter on for the second consecutive inning, and of course Tomlin was up when the delay steal. Brody Melton batting, kind of got caught in a pick on delay steal, a coy play by the Tullahoma head coach Brian Morse to steal that run in from third base because the runner crosses home before the runner's tagged out. It
There's
counts
a
as
high
run.
pop, second base. Gardner squeezes out number one.
Next up to the
You're scoring at home. That goes as a fly out 4 to the second baseman.
Wade Collins.
We got an
So
E4
Collins-
and a fly out 4.
Collins will step to the plate. Second baseman for Tullahoma. Outside, ball one.
I'm pulled up today. It's just so great to be at a baseball field again. I'm coaching 2 Little League teams, Scott, now with my grandchildren, but I noticed a big, humongous power tee on the Tullahoma hitting facility over there. It's beautiful. Very
Throw
nice
down to
addition.
first. Back in time is Tomlin. Very nice addition.
Yes. That Tullahoma power tee.
Collins, 1-1. As King prepares to deliver for the Bulldogs. One out here in the bottom of the second. Runner at first, Tomlin. Throw over, back in time.
Pretty good lead out there.
I don't know that I've ever seen, well, I'm sure I have, but the wind blowing extremely hard to dead center field. Get it up in the air. There's a grounder to second. Gardner tosses to first, to second. And then on to first, not in time. So out at second, safe at first is Collins.
So Reagan's expired.
Tomlin
His second
out.
base.
2 outs now. Collins at first. Stepping to the plate for the Wildcats is Caden Tucker, the designated hitter. Tucker bats from the left side.
Collins reaches, so that'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice for the second out of the inning. Collins on first. Well, so many of these Tullahoma Wildcat baseballers, part of that state championship football team that gave us many memories.
Throw down to first. Gets away from Smyrna, but the runner holds Collins at first as he was on the ground when the ball got away.
And Mr. Tucker, one of those. He had a tremendous season from that linebacker spot, the leading tackler on the Wildcat defense this year.
Vicious. 2 outs. First pitch to Tucker. Catches the outside corner, strike one.
Yeah, beautiful curve there. King battling. He's hit 2 batters. Gave up a run. No Tullahoma hits thus far.
Yep, hit 2 batters and an error. 0-2 the count. Tucker watches it 6-8 inches outside. 1-2.
Yeah, perfect pitch with 2 strikes. You want to try to get the batter fishing on that one, but good plate discipline there to take that one with 2 strikes just outside the strike zone.
King's pitch fouled back up this way. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And this inning, Tullahoma showing their share of left-handed hitters, as did Smyrna in the top half of the inning.
So Braden King on the mound for the Bulldogs, delivers the 1-2 pitch, gets away from the catcher, and Collins is just not sure what to do at first, so he'll stay. If you're not sure, stay, because once you hesitate, it's done. So Collins remains at first with 2 outs, 2 balls, and 2 strikes on Tucker.
Joe Duncan on deck for Tullahoma.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Ball gets away from the catcher. Throw down to first in time for out number 3. We have completed 2 innings here at Grider Stadium. The Tullahoma Wildcats lead the Smyrna Bulldogs 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Is lag hurting your gaming? Is a weak signal stalling your social media posts? Are constant updates slowing down your productivity? TUA LightTube has a solution. Enroll in our mesh router service starting at $9.95 a month. With the ability to cover your home with increased signal strength, you can increase productivity and whole home happiness. Start winning today by calling TUA LightTube customer service at 455-45.
We move to the 3rd here at Grider Stadium. Tullahoma leading Smyrna 1-0, and leading off for the Bulldogs is the right fielder, number 12, Sam Barrios. Against Sholey. Trenton Sholey on the mound for the Wildcats. There's a high pop, first base. Reagan Tomlin circles it and makes the catch. Boy, that is a silo fly ball there.
It sure was.
Tough in this wind, and Tomlin stayed with it.
Yeah, not an easy catch. I got to share this middle school story. I was coaching the JV 7th grade team when my son was playing, and we had a windy day just like this out on Wagner 1. I took a pitching machine and was shooting balls into the air and said, guys, communication's key. You got to call it 3 times. My ball, my ball, my ball. You own it. Let you make this call, and I'll finish that story.
Outside ball 1.
And so my pitcher and catcher, I said, everybody's got it. They're taking ownership. My ball, my ball, my ball. That means you clear and get out of the way if you don't call it. Well, sure enough, my pitcher called it. My ball, my ball, my ball. The catcher did not back out of the way. The ball went about 200 feet in the air, right between pitcher and catcher on a day just like this. The catcher bumped into him. Right when the ball hit, it fractured his orbital bone, my pitcher, right in the eye, because the catcher did not peel away. And we worked on that drill for an hour. So communication is the key.
Another happy, successful coaching story from Ken Keller.
Man, I mean, you're right. I mean, you can't underestimate, you think that's a simple play there by Tomlin at first. No, with that wind like this, it's an adventure every time the ball goes up.
Well, and you got 3 or 4 guys kind of going for it because they don't know which way it's blowing. 3-1 the count. Sholey's pitch, high ball 4. And Austin Smith, the number 9 designated hitter, walks with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. So we're back to the top of the order with Anthony Pastiana.
The dangerous leadoff hitter who doubled to that right center gap. Duncan almost came up with that ball in the first inning. So the cardinal sin for a pitcher is walking the number 9 hole, the last hitter in the lineup. So kind of like a double leadoff there when he gets on.
I think Pastiani has the only hit of the game, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
There's a high pop. Tomlin
trouble.
Has a beat on it. Second baseman Collins comes over, makes the catch. Out number 2. Tullahoma dealing with the wind effectively here on defense. 2 outs now. Runner at first, and Donovan Peebles steps in. Peebles, 4-3 put out in the first inning. Got Pastriani over to 3rd, though, and that's where the Bulldogs stranded him.
2 out, 1 on. Cats lead 1-0. Top of the 3rd. There he goes.
Goes the runner. There's a high shot, deep center field, drifting back, close to the track. Makes the catch. For out number 3, Tullahoma's center fielder just drifted back. Tomlin went with the wind and made the catch. And
Nice
Smyrna
catch.
is through for the top of the 3rd inning. We move to the bottom. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports
Light Tube
Network.
specifically played into our mission when we separated from our parent company and became an employee stock ownership program. We had to be disconnected from a large network and exist on our own. We needed relatively high speed connectivity, which we got at about a 200% discount with Light Tube. Businesses can get beyond what most businesses in the country can get from Light Tube as far as internet connectivity.
Joe Duncan, senior, will lead off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tullahoma leading 1-0. Braden King still on the mound for Smyrna as the wind has really picked up here at Grider Stadium. Storms are moving in. Duncan, first opportunity today. First pitch, strike 1.
Well, King has really pitched himself out of trouble. He has 2 hit batsmen, and they've had a couple errors defensively. So just fortunate really to be 1 run down, although Tullahoma still does not have a hit yet.
King's pitch to Duncan outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Duncan, one of those 3 sports stars for the Wildcats. They've got a few of them. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
A nice off-speed pitch there by King, the Smyrna Bulldog pitcher.
King, big sweeping breaking ball, got away from him. 2-2 the count on Joe Duncan. Tomlin on deck. Jaron Morris in the hole for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 3rd. There's a grounder to short. It's going to be trouble. Long throw just in time to get Duncan. Duncan with good speed, so really nice play by the Smyrna shortstop.
Number 18.
Yeah, it's a shortstop flash.
Pastiani.
Yeah, Pastiani, who has doubled in the game. Excellent ball player. Showed his arm strength from deep in the hole on that one to expire Duncan rather easily. And
Really
Duncan has good speed.
So Tomlin steps in back to the top of the order for the Wildcats. Tomlin took one in the back in the 1st inning, scored the only run of the game.
Yeah, King starts Tomlin off with a nice curveball to put him in the hole 0-1.
Outside ball 2.
He called it a strike on the outside corner, so it's 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes.
0-2 pitch from King to Tomlin, grounder to 3rd, scooped up, long throw again, plenty of time. Tomlin is out for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd, as Smyrna shows its excellent arms on the left side of the defense. And Jaron Morris will step in with 2 outs, nobody on here. Morris flied out in the 1st.
See if the Cats can get a 2-out rally going here. They lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd without the benefit of a hit thus far.
Outside to Morris, 1-0 the count.
Only 1 hit in this game, and it was the initial batter, the shortstop for Smyrna, doubled, and that's been it so far here in 2 2/3 innings.
King missed low, 2-0 the count on Morris with 2 down. That one caught the outside corner, 2-1.
Both pitchers doing a good job on the corners tonight.
Looks like we've got a tennis event going on over at Tullahoma High School. That one's fouled away. They've redone those tennis courts, Ken. Really, really nice.
Sure have.
King, 2-1 pitch to Morris. Grounder to short. Stop. Throw. Bad throw, but the first baseman catches it and tags Morris in time for out number 3. We've completed 3 here at Grider Stadium. Cats lead the Bulldogs 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority now has a branch at 501 West Lincoln Street. The drive-through only branch located in the old Citizens Tri-County Bank will be open on utility and light tube bill due dates and the day before and after a TUA observed holiday. Check a complete list of dates at tullahomautilities.com.
Smyrna comes to bat here in the top of the 4th with Tullahoma leading 1-0. Stewart, Gardner, and Charlton. 3, 4, and 5 hitters, the heart of the Smyrna batting order. On deck here for the 4th against Sholey. Trenton's first pitch, a little bit inside on Stewart, 1-0.
Well, some former Tullahoma alumni baseball players here. Sam Melton certainly here watching Brody. I saw J.C. Moore, Trent Moore, and Terry Moore here. Daddy J.C. with his 2 sons, and Terry, he was class of 78. Trent, class of 80. Played for these Wildcats, 2 Super Bowl players for these Wildcats, along Sam as well. But Terry's son plays on the Smyrna team. He's a sophomore.
It's in there for strike. 2-1 the count on John Stewart. And Sholey delivers. Just outside 3-1.
Well, now we're getting through the lineup to where both lineups have seen the pitcher at least once, so you'd expect that there may be some damage done by both teams here in the next few innings. We'll see.
And that's a good beginning for the Smyrna Bulldogs as John Stewart walks. So the Bulldogs have a runner on first with nobody out. Jordan Gardner, the second baseman, steps in. Gardner flied out to center his first time up.
Well, it's a second free pass issued in the game by Tullahoma pitcher Trenton Sholey. He walked the number 9 hitter last inning, but it did not hurt him.
In fact, as I remember, Gardner's fly out to center was almost to the warning track. Throw over first. Stewart back in time. Trenton Sholey transferred to Tullahoma from Franklin County a couple of years ago. Now one of the aces of this Wildcat staff. His pitch just outside, 1-0 to Gardner.
Well, key to Sholey's success here in the first 3 innings is his command of the strike zone and getting ahead of hitters. That trend has reversed here with the first 2 hitters of inning 4.
Stewart at first, nobody out. Sholey's pitch bunted toward first base and foul. So that'll take the count to 1-1 on the Smyrna cleanup hitter.
And tried to push the ball on a bunt to the right side on that one.
Not bad weather for Grider Stadium in late March. We know there are times down here where it is just freezing, no matter what the temperature is in town.
Yeah.
But tonight, not bad, just very windy, rain coming in. And Sholey delivers a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gardner. He didn't think so.
Well, that's the curveball we saw in the first 2 innings. Very, very modest, slim lead by the runner on first. That's Stewart on the base paths here. No outs. Leadoff hitter for Smyrna is on.
1-2 the count. And Sholey's pitch is grounded to second, could be 2. Flip to short 1. Throw to first in time for the double play.
Oh, that's a tailor-made double play ball. So Tullahoma whips it around there. 4-6-3 double play.
Step to the plate for the Smyrna Bulldogs.
A twin killing there by the Wildcats on defense.
2 outs now in the top of the 4th. Stepping in for the Bulldogs is Grant Charlton. With nobody on, Charlton struck out his first time up.
Well, that's one way to erase a leadoff walk.
And good thing, because Sholey's pitch goes to the backstop. Ball 1.
3 strikeouts and 2 walks given up by Sholey, only one hit.
High, ball 2.
Got this solid Tullahoma defense behind him. Again, he's behind 2-0. Flirting with danger here a little bit this inning, but that double play defensively there really helped.
Low, ball 3 to Charlton. TJ Sims on deck for the Bulldogs. As we're here in the top of the 4th. Tullahoma leading 1-0, and that's ball 4 and a walk.
Yeah, 4 straight on that one.
So 2 walks out of the last 3 batters for Trenton Sholey. And with 2 down here in the top of the 4th, Sims will step to the plate, center fielder. Grounded to second his first time up. Sims, another one of those left-handed batters for the Bulldogs. Sholey, eyes first base, runner slim, as Ken said, very small lead, and he's back in time as Sholey throws over to Tomlin.
Well, as Cat fans know, there's an eternity of field between home plate and the backstop. So we've seen guys on wild pitches or pass balls advance from first to third quite often here in this stadium. It's no man's land when it gets back there. So both catchers doing a good job tonight.
I don't know if there's a high school stadium in the state that has more room from plate to backstop than Grider Stadium. But we love it. 0-1 the count. Runner at first, 2 down. Sholey delivers for the Wildcats. Grounder to short. Flip to second in time for out number 3. So Smyrna threatens with a couple of runners, but Tullahoma, excellent defense. We've played 3.5. The Wildcats lead 1-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $7 a month along with your digital television service, LightTube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time, receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage, and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add LightTube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
So we move to the top of the 4th here, or the bottom of the 4th. Tullahoma leading Smyrna 1-0. The heart of the order for the Wildcats coming up: Dillahay, Melton, and Reagan Tomlin. King still on the bump for the Bulldogs, and there is a sharp single to left field to lead off the 4th for DJ Dillahay.
I'm going to tell him was first hit of the game. Took him into the 4th, but a good start to lead off. Inning 4 for the Tullahoma offense.
What you call a seeing eye ground ball.
Yes.
It was only one spot between short and third, and that ball found it. So Dillahay leads off with a single. Melton steps in. Brody hit a blast about 10 yards foul first inning. Throw back to first. And Dillahay back in time. Plenty of speed on the base for Tullahoma with DJ Dillahay there.
Definitely a base stealing threat with power at the plate in Melton.
Cats lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. In high school, you got to complete or play 4.5 innings to have a complete game. So
I don't understand this defense. Look how shallow the center fielder and right fielder are for Smyrna. Any ball that wind blowing out to center field, center right, strong wind.
And there's a ground ball single to left field, line drive. Tullahoma's got a rally going. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Dillahay and Melton back-to-back singles almost in the same spot. And Reagan Tomlin now will step in with an opportunity to give Tullahoma a little bit of cushion here in the bottom of the 4th.
Your first baseman, number 30.
And Tomlin reached on a error by the second baseman on a ground ball first time up. You want to stay out of the double play here. Try to yank the ball deep to right field here. See if he can hit a gap. He gets it in the gap with Brody's speed. We could get 2 RBIs here in.
Wind really whipping now in Grider Stadium. You can tell that storm is getting closer.
Yes, it is.
There's no safer place in Tullahoma than this press box up on top of this stadium. To our families, we love you. Pitch is outside, 2-0 the count.
Well, nice patience there by Tomlin. You know, sometimes you get guys on the base, you want to swing at the first pitch, but he's wanting to swing at the right pitch, and that's good patience.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. King turns and feigns the throw to second. Doesn't happen. 2-0 on Tomlin.
Yeah, King in serious danger here in the fourth inning.
Tomlin grounds it foul outside of first base. Evan and Reagan, brothers.
Well, Tullahoma's assistant coaches, Brandon Tootin, Harper Case, and Chevis Hoover. Harper graduated in 2016. Played at UAH, Alabama Huntsville, left-handed pitcher.
Throw back to second, not in time. Dillahay is back. DJ Dillahay at second for the Wildcats. Brody Melton at first. Reagan Tomlin, the batter, nobody out. 2-1 to count on Tomlin. Braden King, long look back to second, delivers, and Tomlin rips it foul.
Sure did.
To the visitor side of the football stadium.
First baseman for Smyrna, playing in front of the runner. He thinks a little different after seeing that. He's going to back up deep at first. Wise choice, young man.
2-2 the count. Again, a long look from King. He delivers, swung on and missed by Tomlin, but it gets away from the catcher. And Tullahoma's going to have the bases loaded with nobody out, as now they're calling it a foul tip. Is that right?
No, that'll go as a strikeout, but the runners can't advance. So it's not a foul ball. So the runner, since first base was occupied, he's automatically out. You don't have to throw the ball down. So, but the runners can't advance at their own risk. So one down on the strikeout, and that's going to bring Colton Emery up.
Ken, that's why you're here.
Well, that's a tricky little play there.
Runners at second and third, one out now for Emery. Colton's first time up, he flied, looked like popped out to short, second, popped out to second base.
Right side of the infield in on the grass for Smyrna, the second baseman and first baseman here.
Pitches, called a strike. 0-2 the count.
Emery didn't like that one, did he?
Well, I like the umpire's philosophy.
Yeah, he's closer than we are.
Let's go get him. 0-2 pitch from King to Emery.
Third baseman now creeping in on the grass as well.
Outside, 1-2.
Shortstop playing deep, so he'll give up a run for an out. It's short. Cats lead, precarious lead, only one zip. They've got a golden opportunity here to get a couple runs with one out.
Swung on and missed. Throw to first in time, and that's 2 down now as Tullahoma, a couple of strikeouts here.
Well, King trying to battle his way back out of it. Tullahoma had the first 2 runners on by hits. Their first 2 hits of the game, and we have 2 straight strikeouts.
Collins.
Yeah, King doing a nice job. Wade Collins now steps in. Maybe the last opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth for the Wildcats to get runs. They have runners at second and third, Dillahay and Melton, but 2 outs now.
As the defense can now go back to normal position. They're off the grass, back into the dirt now at first, second, and third.
Plays it first, right, Coach?
Yes. Plays it first. Nice curveball to start off, so a excellent curveball there for King. Tullahoma needs a 2-out hit, a base hit here with the left field, outfield pretty deep, a base hit, CNI single. If we get another one of those, it'll score 2 runs. They'll be running with 2 outs.
And there it is, over the shortstop's head, a seeing eye single. Here comes Dillahay. He scores. Here comes Melton. He scores. 2 RBIs for Emery, or for Collins.
Yeah.
Wade Collins, talk about a seeing-eye single. That was probably
Sure was.
3 foot over the shortstop's outstretched glove. And Tullahoma leads 3-0.
Yeah, maybe that 20, 25-mile-an-hour wind was the difference in getting that ball just beyond the reach of the shortstop on that one.
Good point, good point. Caden Tucker steps in for the Wildcats with a runner at first and 2 down.
And the happiest man in the building right now is Tullahoma pitcher Trenton Sholey, who's now working with a 3-zip lead versus a 1-0 lead.
No action in the Tullahoma bullpen. So with 2 down, Tucker steps in there, designated hitter today. Tucker swung and a miss.
Tucker took a mighty swing at that when that ball was way out of the strike zone. Not normally what you see out of Mr. Tucker. But he's still got a couple strikes left here.
King must have a little deception there because we've seen that from a couple of guys. And there's a good solid cut, swung on and missed by Tucker. And the bottom of the 4th is over. Tullahoma, though, plates 2 on a big 2 RBI single by Wade Collins. And the Wildcats lead the Bulldogs 3-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Did you know that Tullahoma Utilities Authority has a solar farm right here in Tullahoma? For as little as $4 a month, you can support solar energy production and breathe a little easier, knowing you're taking positive action to reduce your carbon footprint. Call 455-4515.
Welcome back to Grider Stadium along with Ken Keller and Chris Barstad. I'm Scott Chastain. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 3-0 as we move to the top of the 5th inning. Trenton Sholey remains on the mound for the Wildcats. And leading off for Smyrna is Parker Moffitt, the first baseman. Moffitt struck out in the 2nd inning. Sholey's pitch, a little bit outside, ball 1.
The Bulldogs down to 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order here in the top of the 5th. Cats lead at 3-0.
Ball 2.
As the lights come on here at Grider Stadium, Mathis Field,
it begins to enter that tough time to see those pop-ups time for about the next hour or so. As Tullahoma leads Smyrna 3-0 here. Trenton Sholey's pitch, grounder to 3rd. Melton on the run. Takes his time, throw to 1st in time, out number 1.
nice play there. That's going to be a 5-3 put out. You notice Owen Stroop's on the roster. He didn't play baseball the last couple years, and I coached Brody and Owen both. The last year I coached in Little League with my sons. I'm coaching grandsons now, but they were both 9-year-olds, so we had 1 year with them before we were done with Little League. Good ball players.
Sam Barrios steps to the plate for Smyrna, the right fielder. Barrios 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out and grounded out. 1-0 the count from Sholey. 2-0. Sholey a little high there.
Well, this field in great shape. That wind howls. We can hear it from up here in the press box.
Rain.
Man.
So we get word that a little bit of sprinkle has started out on the baseball field. So we'll see what we can do here. 3-0 the count on Barrios. Nobody on, 1 out. Sholey delivers. 3-0 pitch, strike 1. Barrios taking all the way.
Right down Peachtree Street. Good fastball.
I know you're a Reds fan, but you obviously grew up listening to a little Atlanta Braves baseball.
Yeah.
As Sholey walks, the leadoff batter here, Sam Barrios, or the second batter, Barrios, with 1 out. Austin Smith, designated hitter, steps in. He walked back in the 3rd. Got to play 4.5 to be a complete game, and we are in the top of the 5th. Tullahoma leading 3-0 with 1 out. Runner at first. Smith steps in.
Smith walked his last time up. That's 4 walks in the last 3 innings.
Throw to first.
For Mr. Sholey.
Yes. What we need is another double play.
That's right. Tullahoma's already turned 1. And really, Sholey's kept the ball down for the most part and induced lots of ground balls tonight.
Again, the first batter drilled a double to right center field off Sholey, and since then he's pretty well closed the Bulldogs down.
Yeah, that's their only hit of the game.
And one of the Tullahoma assistant coaches, maybe a conversation with Sholey. See if there's any action in the bullpen. No. We've got one out here in the top of the 5th. Smyrna has a runner at first.
Well, Tullahoma with some new uniforms. They previously wore Nikes. These are Under Armours, and they're sharp. They got a piping down the leg with the pinstripes, and just good-looking uniforms. Pretty much all white with the cardinal black on them. Good-looking uniforms.
Pitch to Smith. Foul back this way. No balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter for the Bulldogs.
It looks like Tullahoma has one up. Looks like it's 28. Is that 28? Lefty going to the pen. Well, if you're a pitching coach right there, you want to say, look, man, you're cruising. They only have 1 hit off of you. Don't walk. Pound the strike zone. Rely on your defense. You have a 3-0 lead. Let your defense work. Throw strikes. Pound that strike zone. That's the message.
Avery Smith.
Avery Smith down at the bullpen for the Wildcats, getting loose. As the count is 2-1 on Austin Smith, the batter for Smyrna. 2-2 the count. 1 out. Cats on top, 3-0.
That's one thing you see out of the Smyrna team. They've had base runners, but they have no steal attempts. Still no steal attempts. So,
one only missed. He struck him out as Smith sits down for out number 2. And Pastriana will be the last hope here in the top of the 5th for the Bulldogs.
So not a whole lot of team speed exemplified. They may have it, but they've not even had a steal attempt. And but, you know, look, when you're down 3-0, you don't want to really take chances and get guys gunned out either. So it's kind of one of them, you know, darn if you do, darn if you don't, you know, type deals.
Sholey delivers, ball 1 to Pastriani.
Or to state the title to an old song, Should I Stay or Should I Go?
That's what Austin Smith is asking himself at first base.
Should I stay or should I go?
Sholey delivers. Big sweeping breaking ball. Yeah. Catches the inside corner. Nice. 1-1 to count.
Looked like a boomerang coming in, didn't it? From our vantage point, perfect vantage point up here in the press box tonight. No, 1 pitch away from being out of this after walking his 4th batter of the game. 2 strikes, 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cats up 3-0. Top of the 5th. Let's nail this one down, Sholey, right here.
There goes the runner. Fouled back. Count remains 1-2. So Smyrna trying to generate a little something here with 2 strikes.
Well, getting this late in the game, it's not quite desperation, but you've got to scratch that 0 off somehow if you're a Bulldog fan.
Runner goes again, grounder to second, or to short. Long throw to first in time.
Oh, great throw.
And that takes care of the Bulldogs in the top of the 5th inning. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 3-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority Light Tube Fiber Internet offers true gigabit service to our customers. We pride ourselves on speed, but the backbone of that speed is local tech support, unmatched customer service, and professional service technicians. To sign up, call 455-4515 to gain the reassurance of Light Tube reliability.
Tullahoma set to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading Smyrna 3-0. And number 9 hitter Joe Duncan, who happens to wear number 9, steps to the plate for the Wildcats. Been a pitcher's duel all the way, Ken. Tullahoma put together 3 singles for 2 runs, and that's been about it.
Yeah, big key hit of the game was Wade Collins' 2 RBI single in the bottom of the 4th to catapult Tullahoma to a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, we're fixing to get hammered. There's a
Wow.
Nice catch out in the outfield for out number 1.
Yeah, Duncan just got robbed. That's going to be line out 7, just a shoestring catch. Great play by the left fielder. That's Grant Charlton for the Bulldogs. And, you know, that's critical because that was the leadoff hitter. For that ball gets by him, it squirts to the fence, could be a triple.
Could have been. Evan Tomlin steps in now with 1 out here in the 5th. Strike 1. As Braden King continues to deliver for the Bulldogs.
Tomlin over 1 was hit by a pitch and scored to lead the game off in a ground out 3rd to 1st.
And he just got hit by a pitch again.
Plunked again.
King tried that big sweeping curveball that is okay against the left-handers, but against the right-handers, hit Tomlin right in the back. So Tullahoma has a runner at first with 1 out, and Jaron Morris will step in.
Well, the last time Evan Tomlin got hit by a pitch, it worked out swell for the Wildcats as he scored the first run of this game.
Tullahoma leads 3-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th at a rainy Grider Stadium.
And this is where you put, I think you'll see Coach Morris put the heat on. May have a steal situation here, good speed. Number 2 hitter up, so let's see if we may see a base burglar situation here for Tullahoma.
Foul ball back up this way, 0-1 the count on Morris.
I'm sure Brian wants to blow this thing open right now with this heavier rains coming in.
Throw over to first, Tomlin back in time. 1 out, 0-1 the count on Morris here in the bottom of the 5th. Cats on top 3-0. As Trenton Sholey has been dealing on the mound for Tullahoma. King throws over to first again.
Yeah, King cognizant of that, knowing that he needs to keep Tomlin close on first base.
Tomlin really good speed.
Imminent steal threat here.
There he goes. Stole that on the pitcher all the way. No chance for the catcher to throw out Evan Tomlin. And he's at second base now with 1 out and a 1-1 count.
And that's his second stolen base of the contest.
Umpire says 2-0 count.
RBI op here for Jaron Morris, the Tullahoma catcher.
1 out. King fakes the throw back to second, and Tomlin back in plenty of time. Well, Tomlin's definitely got King's number, so I think he can steal third if he wants to try.
And third baseman's back, so, I mean, the base is open there in front of him.
So he read King perfectly. There's a grounder to short. Throw to first in time, and that's 2 down for the Wildcats now in the bottom of the 5th. DJ Dillahay will step to the plate. Dillahay singled his last time up.
For the Tullahoma Wildcats, number 21.
Man on third, 2 down.
Dillahay.
Well, nice base running right there. The play's in front of you. You know it's a slow roller to the shortstop that if you have a good lead already and get a jump, third baseman's behind the bag, no way they're going to throw you out at third base there. They're going to go to first on the 4, so good base running by Tomlin. Now only
King's
a
pitch
few
ball
feet
1 to
away from
Dillahay.
getting Tullahoma's 4th run. Was it 60 feet? That's how far the bases are, right? Are they 60? 90 feet away.
And there's a little squibbler to the pitcher, thrown to first. As Dillahay hit the first baseman's glove, the first baseman is hurt, and Dillahay's at second base. First baseman's hand is hurt. Boy, it looked like it jammed it bad as he had that ball standing on first base, and Dillahay just didn't have any choice really but to hit him.
Yeah, so the ball arrives simultaneously along with the runner, so he extends his left hand being right-handed, and the ball and the runner hit at about the same time right there. So catcher really didn't give a good angle there for the first baseman, threw it right up the line, and you don't want to do that if you're a catcher. You want to step out at first, give your catcher a target. And
so they're looking for interference from Dillahay, and they're talking about it.
No, Dillahay ran straight down the baseline, so I don't. The problem's not interference. I know they're going to argue that, but Mr. Potter's going to tell them, no, sir, the runner just went straight down the line like he's supposed to, and your catcher just threw it right into him. Not a good angle there. So Tullahoma gets their 4th run.
Evan Tomlin scores.
I'm not going to score that a hit because if the first baseman would have come up clean with the ball, I believe the runner would have been out.
DJ Dillahay is at second. Brody Melton steps to the plate.
Counted E2 on the throw. Might have been E1. The pitcher might have thrown it. So, but nonetheless, Dillahay advances to second base. So Tullahoma's got their fourth run in as Tomlin scores.
And there is a shot off the bat of Melton into right center field. It's going to the wall. Around to score is DJ Dillahay. Melton can get 3. He's going to stretch it out and try for 3. Slide into third base. Gets past the third baseman, and Melton is going to get a run off the error at third base. Almost an inside the park homer, but a triple, and then scoring on an error is Brody Melton, and Tullahoma leads Smyrna 5-0.
Yeah, so you scored that exactly right, Scott. That'll go to a triple to the right center field gap.
That was a blast.
By Melton, and yeah.
He blistered that ball.
And that scores Dillahay, and then he advances home on a throwing error, center field, threw the ball to third base dugout. And Brody never slowed down. So good hustle there by Mr. Melton. We called him what? The Baby Gronk in football.
Here's Reagan Tomlin
too.
At the plate. 1-1 count on Tomlin. Now nobody on for Tullahoma. Cats on top 6-0.
And that's Tullahoma's first extra base hit of the game. Triple by Brody Melton.
Inside, Tomlin almost got nicked, but missed it. So 2-1 to count to Reagan.
Well, the Wildcats have done just what they wanted to, blow this game open. 3 runs plated in the inning. Tullahoma now up 6-0.
Tomlin, grounder foul down the first base side into the Smyrna dugout. Avery Smith continues to warm up for the Wildcats.
Boy, that little swinging bunt that the first baseman's glove hit the runner, and Dillahay knocked it out. Tullahoma gets 2 runs after that.
And
strikeout.
Strikeout for Reagan Tomlin. That's out number 3 for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 5th. But Tullahoma scores 3, doubles its lead now over the Bulldogs 6-0 here on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Is lag hurting your gaming? Is a weak signal stalling your social media posts? Are constant updates slowing down your productivity? TUA LightTube has a solution. Enroll in our mesh router service starting at $9.95 a month. With the ability to cover your home with increased signal strength, you can increase productivity and whole home happiness. Start winning today by calling TUA LightTube customer service at 455-45.
Smyrna will bat here in the top of the 6th inning with Tullahoma leading the Bulldogs 6-0, and the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Smyrna coming up: Peoples, Stewart, and Gardner.
Yeah, Peoples 0 for 2, ground out second base, and a long fly out to the warning track in center field his last time up.
First pitch from Sholey outside. So Tullahoma had a little action in the bullpen, but Coach Brian Morris decided Trenton Sholey's show here in the 6th anyway. Fouled back, 1-1 the count.
You know, Tullahoma staked him to 6-zip lead. Got the shutout intact. Tullahoma 6 runs on 4 hits, and Smyrna no runs on 2 hits.
Sholey's pitch, grounder to first. Tomlin bobbles it. Tomlin's going to pitch it to Sholey over his head. That's an E1, I think, and Smyrna will have a runner at first. I think he gets him with a good throw from Tomlin there, but his momentum was going with him. It just went right over Sholey's head.
I stand corrected. The Bulldogs only have 1 hit. Still that leadoff double, Scott. It's the only hit they have of the game.
Stewart steps in, the number 3 hitter now for Smyrna, with a runner at first, nobody out, as Tullahoma commits the error. Sholey's pitch, low, ball 1.
Well, again, with a 6-run deficit, the Bulldogs will not be stealing bases. They're going to make Tullahoma record their outs honestly here and earn the outs.
Okay, correct me now. We've got John Stewart as number 2. Number 1 is batting. This is the 3rd spot in the order behind Peoples.
This is
so
a
we've
pinch
got
hitter.
a pinch hitter, number 1 for Smyrna. There's a Smyrna lineup card around here somewhere. Pinch hit. So this is Stewart. Perhaps we were given
It's
the
Stewart's
wrong
spot.
number to start with. Yeah. He's not number 2. He's
No.
number 1.
That's
Yeah. That was my bad. He's
no
been
problem.
Stewart fouls it back this way. And the count is 2-1. So, yeah, he's been number 1. What do I know? That's what you get for having me read you the numbers,
That's
partner.
all right. Better you read them than me, that's for sure, partner.
6-0 Tullahoma. Smyrna, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Runner at first. 2-2 the count on Stewart.
Yeah, it's a nice fastball dart by Scholler in the outside corner on that 2-1 count. Evens it at 2-2, no outs. Cats up 6-zip in the top of the 6th. Bulldogs trying to avert the shutout here at
Tullahoma
Grouder Stadium.
trying to get its 4th win of the season. Pitch is high. Ball 3. Full count. Now to Stewart. Cats have played some solid competition early. A lot of 4A schools. Independence, Dobbins, Bennett, Oakland, Stewart's Creek, Mount Juliet. That's big-time competition. Swung on and missed by Stewart.
Yeah.
And he'll take a seat. First out of the inning for Smyrna.
They went after ball 4. That pitch was out of the strike zone high, and he could not lay off. So 1 down. It's going to bring the cleanup hitter up.
Well, deception is part of the deal when you're
Sure
pitching,
is.
right?
Yep. Sneaky fastball there. Up in the letters and the eyes, and he went for it.
Sholey has kept Smyrna off balance the entire game. That first pitch is outside to Jordan Gardner, the second baseman.
And no activity again.
Peoples,
In the Wildcat bullpen.
about a 7-8 foot lead off first. Throw is outside. Morris fakes the throw down to first, and Peoples slides back. 1-1 the count, 1 out.
Yeah, Moore's checking to see if Duncan's alive in right field. There's a threat of throwing that ball down the right field line. You got to be moving.
There's a grounder to third, gets by Melton, base hit. And Smyrna now runners at first and second with 1 out. As Gardner reaches,
Now stepping up to the
and
plate for
Grant
Smyrna,
Charlton, left fielder, will step in. Charlton 0 for 1, struck out in the second, and Brian Morris is headed to the mound.
That's the first hit of the contest since the leadoff hitter. So 5 innings later, they get hit number 2.
So the center fielder for Tullahoma, who is Tomlin, is going to come in and pitch. The left fielder moved over to center. That's Colton Emery. And let's see, Tullahoma will
stepping onto the mound, taking
get a replacement into left field. Looks like it could be Stroop.
Evan Tomlin.
Yeah, Stroop comes into left field.
Owen Street.
I'm guessing that's Stroop. I can't see his number, but I can see his hair. So Tomlin will try to finish this one up for the Wildcats, at least get them out of this 6th. As Ken figures up the final line, and can't really figure the final line yet because Smyrna has runners on base. But certainly a fine pitching performance by Trenton Sholey. Stake his team to a 6-0 lead here.
Yeah, Scott's exactly right. So the line score right now, Sholey is responsible for the runners on first and second, but 5.1 innings pitched. He did have 5 Ks or strikeouts. He did walk 4 batters, no hits batsmen. So he only allowed 2 hits in 5.1, 5 1/3 innings. That's pretty good.
Let's see if Tomlin can preserve the shutout for the Wildcats.
Runs allowed yet to be determined.
As we watch out the back door, the rain not really an issue right now.
See if Tomlin can preserve this
Now
shutout.
lightning could be a different story. If they see lightning, it doesn't matter about the rain. So the umpires are meeting in the middle of the field right now. And I got a feeling that's the discussion. I don't know what else it would be. It's 6-0 Tullahoma. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Smyrna has runners at first and second with one out.
Yep, they're looking at the Wildcat dugout. I think that second umpire might be Mike Sneed. Well, Sneed and Potter having a discussion, and they're calling Coach Morris out to the third baseline now.
So I got a feeling this is a different discussion. It's not about the weather. This is about Tomlin coming in from center to pitch, the left fielder moving over to center, and Stroop coming into left. Perhaps they just need to clarify the lineup change as they continue to point out in left as if Tullahoma didn't do something right in the substitution.
And so Owen came into the game. He previously was not into the game.
So I don't know what the umpire is pointing out in left field for, but whatever it is, it's over.
You've got the particulars right. That's the main thing. So
One
Stroop's
out,
in left.
Runner on first. Top of the 6th. Tullahoma on top 6-0, trying to nail this one down. They played 7 in high school.
Charlton's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up, walk last time.
Tomlin delivers, and that foul ball missed Chris Barstad's window by about 8 to 10 inches. It was really close. And had it been in the window, Chris would be on the floor because it was headed right for his head.
It looked like he was trying to pick his left ear off.
Got some curve on it. I was watching.
You forgot to bring your glove up here, Chris.
0-1 the count
Got it.
on Charlton. And the throw over to first is not in time. Boy, it looked like he got him from
it
here.
Sure did. He was a good foot off that bag. Coach Moore's going to come out and argue that. That was crystal clear up here.
That's Tomlin to Tomlin, Evan to Reagan.
I'm totally blind in my left eye, but my right eye caught that one on the radar. That was a dead out at first base, and I think the first base umpire definitely missed it.
So the count remains 0-1 on Charlton with one out here in what's now become, I told you, partner, a long top of the 6th inning.
And it's kind of an unusual pickoff play there. Normally there on first and second, you don't throw behind the runner, but he did because the first baseman playing behind the bag. But brother to brother on that one, had the out recorded, but it is not counted. He was a dead duck.
Evan Tomlin's pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 2 as the rain opens back up here at Grider Stadium. And it's that good sideways rain.
Yeah. Charlton with a home run cut on that one, trying to cut this lead in half with one swing.
0-2 the count on Charlton. Runners at first and second, way outside. Great stop by Morris.
Oh, it sure was.
Otherwise, Smyrna has runners at second and third.
And that's where an athletic catcher comes in. He sprung out of his crouch back there and made a tremendous play. That play way out in the strike zone in the batter's box on the
and you know,
right
you got to
side
have
batter's
that
box. Left side
athletic
batter's box.
catcher
Sure.
if you're going to play half your games here at this stadium.
That's right.
Tomlin's pitch, swung on and missed. He struck him out.
Well,
2 down in the top of the 6th.
Pitcher's best friend, a strikeout when you have runners on base. Pitcher's best friend.
Evan Tomlin has come in to try to save it for Trenton Sholey. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Runners at first and second. As batting for Smyrna is Parker Moffitt.
I believe it's T.J. Sims.
Yeah, my bad. Missed one.
Sims with 2 ground outs in the game. He grounded out to second base, grounded out to shortstop. 0 for 2.
Hits have been hard to come by in this damp Tuesday evening here at Grider Stadium. Down near the luxurious resort area known as Rock Creek, as that one's fouled away outside the third base fence.
Well, I like what I see out of the Tullahoma relief pitcher right now. He's just pounding the strike zone, saying, "Hey, I got a 6-0 lead. I'm going to challenge you. This is my stuff. Hit it." I got a good defense behind me. He's pitching to contact.
1-1 the count, 2 down. And fouled away again by Sims.
They're keeping that ball down in the strike zone, too, so you're not really going to get hurt that way.
Sims trying to get his club on the board. He's got teammates at first and second, but there's 2 outs. The count is 1-2. Cats lead it by 6.
Batter right up on the plate.
Tomlin's pitch, grounded to first. Reagan Tomlin
Fair
steps
ball.
on the bag. Fair ball, out number 3. So Smyrna unable to capitalize in the top of the 6th. Tullahoma leads the Bulldogs 6-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Well, Light Tube specifically played into our mission when we separated from our parent company and became an employee stock ownership program. We had to be disconnected from a large network and exist on our own. We needed relatively high speed connectivity, which we got at about a 200% discount with Light Tube. Businesses can get beyond what most businesses in the country can get from Light Tube as far as internet connectivity.
So we head to the bottom of the 6th with Tullahoma on top of Smyrna 6-0. And batting for the Wildcats is Colton Emery, the left fielder. Emery 0 for 2.
Well, Emery with good power. We saw him, I believe, as a freshman last year, rip a couple balls in the 5 games we called, hit a couple to the fence.
That
He's got
outside
good pop.
pitch called strike 1. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Too far outside, 1-1 the count.
Tullahoma 6, 7, 8 here. Emery, Collins, and Tucker due up.
Almost hit Emery. He stood in there, ball 2. Cats trying to nail down their 4th win of the young season.
Cats have a righty up in the bullpen. I can't catch the number.
Ball is outside, ball 3. I think Tullahoma opens. Did I see district play against Marshall County? Yeah. It's listed as non-district in some places, but they haven't figured out District 8 AAA yet in baseball. There's a grounder right back up the middle, base hit for Colton Emery.
Yeah, it's a sharp single through the box there by Emery. Good start for the Wildcats as he's now 1 for 3 on the evening.
And
there was nothing
King had no chance.
There was nothing seeing eye about that single.
No, it
ladies and
headed
gentlemen.
right for the pitcher, and he just stepped out of the way.
It was a laser. He olayed that one, and I don't blame him.
Now Collins steps in. Collins had the big hit for the Wildcats back in the 3rd, a 2-run single. And it got Tullahoma's offense untracked. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Give King credit, though. He's hanging in there. Tullahoma has activity in the bullpen. And there's a ball throw down to first, not in time.
Yeah, that's the 5th hit allowed of this baseball game for the Smyrna pitcher. That's the good news for him. The bad news is 6 runs allowed. So
that was a strike, not a ball. 0-2 the count.
Tullahoma's big inning was inning number 5 as they plated 3 runs to buffer a 3-run lead. As they're cruising
Called
6-0.
strike 3 on Wade Collins. Tullahoma's dugout didn't like that one.
That goes down as a backwards K. That would be a strikeout looking.
So Owen Stroop has replaced Caden Tucker in the Tullahoma batting order at number 8. Stroop now playing left field. Now playing left field. And there's a pitch over his head. Stroop just ducks. Ball 1. Runner at first, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Tullahoma leading 6-0. Trying to get in a complete game. Looks like we might make it. Pitch is outside to Stroop.
Good eye there by Stroop. He was played on the Tampa Bay Rays. Back with
I'm
my
not sure he
youngest
did
son.
play on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, Little League Tampa Bay Rays.
How
My Tampa Bay
How about
Rays.
the Ray? There's a throw down to first, gets past the first baseman, and Tullahoma's Emery will scoot down to second. That's look like a throwing error on the catcher.
Yeah, definitely.
So Tullahoma has a runner in scoring position with Owen Stroop at the plate.
Yeah, catcher threw that one right at his ankle, so that's definitely an E2. Another error there by Smyrna. Puts Tullahoma runner Colton Emery in scoring position.
Pitch to Stroop. Strike. 3-1 to count on Owen.
Well, Stroop had a tremendous junior and senior season for the Wildcats in football.
Good eye by Stroop as he draws the walk. So Tullahoma with runners at first and second with one out. And Joe Duncan will step to the plate. Duncan, the left-hander, doesn't do anything left-handed that I've seen except bat. I'm not sure about out in the field, but
no, he throws right.
Certainly in basketball, he's a right-handed player all the way.
2 on, 1 out. Cats up 6-zip.
King's pitch to Duncan, and there's strike one.
Duncan now with an RBI opportunity here. The bottom of the 6th for Tullahoma.
King fates the throw back to second. He likes to do that. Not sure that it accomplishes a whole lot, but you see it a lot. There it is again.
Yeah,
Tullahoma dugout taunting him a little bit.
Yeah.
The more distracted the pitcher is, the better, right?
Yep.
King delivers. There's a grounder, seeing eye single to right field. Here comes Emery. Tullahoma scores 1 into second. Is Duncan with a double. Duncan just
Wildcats, number 18.
accelerating all the way.
Well, he advanced.
Stroop on third.
Yeah, he advanced on the cutoff throw in, so it's going to be an RBI single. For Duncan. Runner advances to third, and on the throw in, he advances to second. They had him out at second, but just the shortstop did not apply the tag for some reason.
Well, Duncan's walking to the dugout.
Did they call him out? Well, the throw definitely
got
beat
a
him
pitching
there.
change as King has thrown his last pitch for the Bulldogs. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 7-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Tullahoma Utilities Authority now has a branch at 501 West Lincoln Street. The drive-through only branch located in the old Citizens Tri-County Bank will be open on utility and light tube bill due dates and the day before and after a TUA observed holiday. Check a complete list of dates at tullahomautilities.com.
So we're back here at Grider Stadium, the bottom of the 6th inning. Smyrna has made a pitching change. Jordan Gardner is now on the mound for the Bulldogs. And for Tullahoma, stepping to the plate is Evan Tomlin, the leadoff batter. Runners on second and third with one out for Tomlin. Tullahoma, I believe, could close this out with 3 more runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, Braden King for Smyrna, 5.1 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 1 base on ball. He hit 3 Tullahoma Wildcats and gave up 6 hits. Still not sure about the runs. At least 7 he's allowed. These 2 on base are responsible for him.
Tomlin pops it up. Left field. Left fielder fights the wind, makes the catch. Stroop will score the 8th run of the night for the Wildcats. And Duncan will move. Let me check that. Who's at second?
That would be Duncan.
Next up to the plate for the Tullahoma
Duncan stayed there. He didn't tag. So that's going to be a sac fly RBI
Right.
for Tomlin.
Duncan stays at second.
Yes.
Tullahoma leads 8-0. And Jaron Morris steps in for the Wildcats.
Yeah, so Stroop scored, Duncan on second base, 2 outs. Sac fly RBI for Evan Tomlin.
There's a grounder to short. Scooped up by Smyrna's shortstop, throw to first. As that retires the side for the Wildcats. But Tullahoma adds 2 And you got to hold them Wildcats. We move to the top of the 7th. Tullahoma leads Smyrna 8-0 on the Light Tube Sports Network.
Never miss your favorite shows again. For an additional $7 a month along with your digital television service, LightTube Cloud DVR lets you record up to 8 programs at the same time, receive 500 gigabytes of cloud storage, and whole home DVR. Call TUA Customer Service to add LightTube Cloud DVR to your digital television service today at 455-4515.
We move to the bottom of the 7th. Tullahoma leading Smyrna 8-0. Bottom of the 7th, top of the 7th. I'm all over the place. It's the first game. I'm still in Chattanooga on top of that press box.
We have a pinch hitter up here, 13 leading off.
For Smyrna, he fouls it into the visitor side of Wilkins Stadium as Tomlin remains on the mound for the Wildcats. Won't get the save, but hopefully close the door here for Sholey to get the win.
Smyrna at 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order here in the top of the 7th. Being shut out by these Wildcats 8-zip.
There's another foul ball down the first base side, 0-2 the count. And this is really entering the tough to see the foul balls phase right now, Ken, about 6:30 to 7.
Kind of the calm before the storm. It looks like the wind has died down ever so slightly out here. Been howling all night with rains moving in. Looks like we're going to get this one in.
There's a pitch over the head of the Smyrna batter. 1-2 the count. Game was originally scheduled to start at 6, moved up to 5. That seems to have been an excellent decision by administration of both schools. 1-2 the count on Smyrna's pinch hitter. And he ducks and called strike 3. That curveball totally fooled him. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th as the scoreboard just went
totally fooled there. Backwards K
nuts.
there to the leadoff hitter. Beautiful pitch there by Evan Tomlin. These Wildcats, they hosted Coach Brian Morris and his staff. They hosted a baseball camp for the youth last week, 2 days, last Monday and Tuesday. Had an excellent turnout teaching fundamentals to the youth baseball players at Tullahoma. Players participated in that. Fun for all.
It had just, I think Ken's foot had sort of nudged it out of the socket a little bit there. Minor electrical issue in the Ben's Jordan press box, but we solved it.
Tomlin throwing darts, little curveball there, so he's up 0-2, fastball curveball to the number 8 hitter in the lineup. This is Barrios, who's 0 for 1. Flied out to first and walked.
Tomlin's 0-2 pitch. Just a little high.
Good fastball. I like the pace of both these Tullahoma pitchers. Certainly as a defense, you want to play behind pitchers that work fast. Both these guys get the ball, get the sign, and they come after the hitters, both Sholey and Tomlin.
I think that comes from their head coach, don't you?
I do.
He didn't linger a lot on the mound in his 7-year professional career. There's a grounder to short. Scooped up, throw to first, out number 1. Out number 2 for the Bulldogs. And Tullahoma's 1 out away from an 8-0 shutout here as Smyrna. Cats would move to 4-2. And that's against 6 pretty doggone good programs. Ken, every one of them 4A. Tullahoma, a 3A school now, still competing with the big boys.
Well, and that's how you get better, versus the competition. Play good teams. You don't get better blowing out bad teams. Play the good teams that challenge you. That's how you get stronger at the end of the season, throughout the season.
It'd be interesting to see how this new District 8 AAA develops this year with Page, Spring Hill, Marshall County, Lincoln County, Tullahoma, and Lawrence County. Gone is Shelbyville's and Coffee counties and Franklin County. It's all new for the Wildcats, and the only thing not new is the name of their district, 8 AAA. Lawrence County, not a new opponent.
Also, Tullahoma
and Lincoln County lingers.
Their battles with Brad White and the Lawrence County Wildcats. That's always Been a really good rivalry game.
Pitch is outside, 1-1 as the rain begins to pick up now here at Grider Stadium. We've got 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh. In the top of the 7th, Tullahoma just needs to get 1 more and call it a night. Tomlin's pitch fouled out of play. 1-2 the count now on Smyrna's final hope, and this is Austin Smith, the designated hitter. So Ken, let's see. We'll be back in a week or so
For some district action, where the ante goes up, certainly. The ante spikes up. District action
begins to count a little more
Yep.
for that district seating.
Got him.
And strike number 3, and that ends the Smyrna threat, and that ends this baseball game. You can wrap this one in cardinal and white. The Tullahoma Wildcats defeat the Smyrna Bulldogs 8-0 here at Grider Stadium, Ken. Just a really excellent performance from Tullahoma's pitching staff and defense. Not a lot of hitting, but they put enough together to get the win.
Yeah, defense played well. Then, the few runners Tullahoma got, not a whole lot of hits today, but some clutch hits. Wade Collins with that big 2-run single, and then that big blast by Brody Melton, that 2-run triple.
And a nice
that big
pitching
triple that he had was a big hit.
And a nice pitching performance by Trenton Sholey to get the win. Again, your final, Tullahoma 8, Smyrna 0. For Chris Barstad and Ken Keller, I'm Scott Chastain. Be good to each other.